Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Anime Casuals. I am Michael.
I'm Johnny.
And here today, we're going to talk about the wildly confusing, to us, maybe if you're a scientist you understand, of Godzilla Singular Point.
There's someone out there who gets it. They're not here.
No, and they are definitely not us, but we're going to try to do our best to explain what it is. Mm-hmm. So, real quick, in like a couple sentences, what attracted us to this anime?
Well, immediately, for me personally, I'm a big Godzilla fan. I've always enjoyed the movies, even the bad one that was in New York with Matthew Broderick. I never called it bad, for the record. Actually, that was the only movie that made me cry, but that's a different story I'll never ever talk about again.
Poor Godzilla.
But yeah, huge Godzilla fan, plus Netflix, and Netflix has been putting out some pretty interesting stuff, so it seemed like an interesting combination, so yeah, that's why I got in.
I gotta admit, I was just hooked along for the ride. I knew this guy likes Godzilla, and I was like, oh, Johnny, Godzilla Singular Point. It could be Anime Casuals content, and more anime to watch. And I was really excited about it. And to be honest, you get in the first episode, now we're going to try to explain what the fuck was going on. You get in the first episode, and it's actually quite interesting. They show off, like, the bones of Godzilla. They show off, like, this big panorama, like, picture of, like, an old, like, Japanese...
The legend says.
Yeah, exactly, where it's, like, the legend of Godzilla. Like, when the seas flow red, the sea serpent will rise, and the Rodan will fly across the skies. It was, like, really cool. It was, like,
that
this
might be it verbatim, actually.
Yeah, and the prophecy of this whole thing was very interesting. And then we get into 10 episodes where we're bogged down with a good majority of the episode being sciencey talk. And you know what? That's if and or whatever. Like, sometimes I love it, sometimes I don't. Like, sometimes when they were like, science, I'm like, whoa, I don't even know what's going on. Yeah. And then sometimes when there was science, I'm like, shut up and show me Godzilla.
Yeah, sometimes it dragged on a little bit. There was a lot. A lot to take in. That's actually something that in the question of, was this a Godzilla product, media, part of me wants to say yes. I actually wish I had watched a Godzilla film recently just to kind of refresh myself with that. But I remember watching it as a kid, and there was always this vague sense of, I'm a little lost as far as what's going on. And I was okay with that. It was Godzilla, and it was cool. It always started off really kind of slow, kind of like the anime did. It was very kind of, oh, this is spooky. Oh my gosh, giant Godzilla bones are in the ground. What are we going to do? There's red mist. And, yeah, I don't know. I don't know at what point I don't know what to say. It caught up too much ahead of itself, or it just fell behind, but something happened, and I don't know, maybe it's just because all the science is really, really intense.
It's over the top a bit. I mean,
lots of time travel nonsense, so timey-wimey, go.
If
wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
You get timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly, holes in the space-time continuum kind of stuff. Quick, 60 seconds, can you describe the show?
Oh, man. Wait, was that right now?
Yeah, right now.
Oh, my God. Oh, okay. I didn't realize. Okay.
You already take it away.
Yeah. AI are suddenly thrust. Oh, my God. That's so difficult. This is such a hard anime to try to describe. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Whoa, I wasn't ready for that.
Already this is quite difficult, but let me try to synopsisize this for you. I just made up a new word for the made-up anime. So, there's bones of Godzilla, so we know that Godzilla exists. There's these weird things called archetypes, which are special molecules that apparently lead to what's called a singular point. And they're able to simultaneously draw power from the future and the past at the same time, maybe? Again, we're casual, so we're badly explaining this, or I am. And then these archetypes start flowing into to Japan and start flooding the seas and the air and drawing all these monsters possibly from a different dimension into this dimension. And they're all leading up to what's called the Singular Point. The Singular Point being a moment that transcends time itself, meaning that both the past and the future are all dedicated to this one moment. Very similar to, like, moments we've had in history, like the bombs going off in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, World War II and the Holocaust, like the fall of Rome. There's many moments throughout history that are so big they transcend all of history. Then we introduced this guy called Ashihara. Ashihara was like, yo, I already figured out this past future nonsense, sort of, and I built this crazy computer, which I almost didn't complete, but I also completed it. Who knows? And then I'm going to send this computer nonsense from the future to the past, and there's going to be a robot that I already figured it out, I'm going to pick it up, and then we're going to throw that information back to the future. All that is ridiculous and nonsensical, but also apparently solid science. And then we have the end where that happened. There's future nonsense, there's past nonsense. Somehow those are divided, and, you know, the
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more! Where the fuck are your
I
parents?
couldn't have done that.
So I guess we can round out this casual discussion with our quick opinions on it. I'm not going to give it a rating because I don't think it deserves a rating for it, because I think it's a very unique way of saying or telling a Godzilla story. But I would recommend it to people who love Godzilla. I think you can get over the fact that it's heavy science. We had our friend Nathan also watch with us, and he almost didn't. He got to episode 10 and almost quit because of how lacking of action it was. But if you want another animated to watch, I think this is a great one to put in your list because it's just fun at times. So I wouldn't consider it an amazing anime, but it's certainly a step in the right direction for a Godzilla anime.
I think I'd have to say I'm very optimistic about it because, again, I love watching Godzilla stuff, and I feel like while it's, again, not the best on its own, I think it's setting the groundwork for something pretty cool. And furthermore, it just really depends on how much you really want to absorb it all. If you want to, get a PhD in, I don't know where time travel would fall in a college, I really don't. But if you want to figure all that out and pay attention, take notes, go ahead.
It's the Doctor Who.
Oh, there you go. But you can also watch it and just kind of listen a little bit, and eventually you'll just hear stuff like time travel. Oh, there's time travel. Okay, so it's still really fun to watch. I still enjoy seeing the monsters, like I was saying, and it feels vaguely like a Godzilla anime or Godzilla media. I don't know, to me, and that's the biggest thing. Like you had said, I like how it's just an interpretation, and I think it's really interesting, and I like the look of it. And the animation looks pretty solid. So, yeah.
Yeah, and there is certainly a bunch of people out there that have done really good explanation. I watched a couple videos. I didn't incorporate any of the knowledge I learned, but I watched a couple videos from Mr. Normal Person, which I will link in this video.
Solid name.
Yeah, who helped describe what a singular point is, what the archetypes are. So if you really want to dive into the history of this, there certainly is other people out there. We are definitely not those people, but we are certainly people to watch anime and tell you our opinions about it. So if you enjoy this video, do the whole normal like, subscribe, share, sit your friend down, tape him up, and have him watch this video. But that's not disclaimer here.
Lights,
don't do that.
Light some candles. No, that's a different atmosphere. Don't do that.
And of course, we're anime casuals, and as always, you gotta keep
It
casual.
Glad we didn't talk about that before.